This is our second time doing this. If you remember, we're here last year. We've done it once before. It was incredibly successful. We're so happy to work with Yoga Heights again on this year. I just want to do a couple of house rules really quick. I see a lot of you brought some personal belongings, purses, backpacks, whatnot. If you can just take some time and set it up against the wall or up against the stanchions, up against the ramp, that'll help clear the aisles a little bit so that people can walk around you. The instructors are going to be coming down off the stage to kind of give you some tips as we go through the day here. As a note, keep an eye on your things because you are still personally responsible for them. If you see a gap in between you and the person doing yoga next to you, if you can just kind of start to fill that gap a little bit. As you can see, yoga mats take a little bit more room than our normal chairs do, so we want to try and squish people a little bit closer to the front so we're not extending all the way down the grand foyer. If you are under 35, love the Kennedy Center, and want to give back to the arts tonight, visit the Next Gen Friends table at the back here. You can see them waving at the bar. They're going to talk to you about opportunities to volunteer with us. Some opportunities that are coming up in the next month or so are Opera in the Outfield on September 24th, which takes place at Nats Park, really cool, and the Kennedy Center Family Day celebrating Latino culture on October 1st. Now, I would love to welcome to the stage Jess Pierno to take you through your yoga lesson.
Hi yogis, welcome to Yoga for All. We're going to start out by bringing up some amazing yoga practitioners who are going to demonstrate on stage. So come on up yogis. These are all yoga teachers who have amazing practices and can be your teacher if you come to Yoga Heights. What we're going to do today to help you and sort of gauge what's going on and make you feel hopefully as comfortable as possible, I've asked them to modify their practice. Starting on this side, we're going to ask Jennifer to take modifications down a notch. So if you're feeling like, you know what, that's all good what you're telling me, but I would like to back off a little bit, take a look at what Jennifer's doing. And then we're going to sort of go up in intensity all the way over here to Sam. I asked Sam to be real showy and show off all her cool tricks. You're welcome to pull out your cool tricks as well if you're a yogi who has moves that I'm not asking you to do. Of course, try to stick with the class plan. Don't be like just hanging out in your handstand the entire time. But you can watch Sam for some ideas for modifications up to bring up the intensity a little bit. And then these guys will be somewhere in the middle as well. And that's the beauty of yoga. Yoga is perfect for every body. That's a part of our mission statement at Yoga Heights, and something I'm so excited to bring to you today. Whether you are in a wheelchair or you are at your peak physical fitness of your life, yoga applies. Whether you are a 5-month-old baby or a 95-year-old grandmother, there's yoga that's perfect for you. Hopefully we're going to show you some of that today, but know that if you didn't quite feel like the class today was the right match is out there. And so you just need to do a little bit of the groundwork of finding the right teacher, the right class, the right style to really make yoga something that you could incorporate into your life. It's a great physical fitness practice. It's also a beautifully life-changing spiritual practice. And because it's this ancient tradition that we are now bringing into the modern world, we pick and choose, and we make it work for us. So at Yoga Heights, you'll see that we've got classes that are much more physical. We have classes that are much more towards spiritual. And again, you find what works for you. That's why I love yoga so much. So with that, should we do some yoga? Okay, oh, you know what? I do this every time. One thing that you need to know, we are going to raffle off this lovely yoga mat and one 5-class pack for Yoga Heights. But we're actually going to do it at the end of class. So if you didn't get a chance or you didn't somehow sign up back at the table back there, but at the end of practice, we're going to draw a name. So maybe you want to like sneak over there and do that right now or somewhere throughout the class. You can go give your name and your email, and then you're entered to win. So at the end, after our Shavasana, our moment of glory laying on the ground, then we'll pull out some lucky winners. Okay? Brilliant. Let's go ahead and get started seated. So find a comfy seat for you in your body. We're going to start to breathe, simply inhaling and exhaling. You can close your eyes or simply lower your gaze. It's about what's comfortable for you. Throughout the practice today, we have some amazing yoga teachers in the audience who are going to offer assists for your practice. This would be them coming to you and hands-on, physically adjusting and helping you to find the pose a little bit deeper or a little bit more satisfyingly. If you prefer no hands-on assists or adjustments, that's completely okay. All you need to do is tell them to go away. I'm not going to ask you to raise your hands now because there's a lot of you and they might forget. But if they come around and you don't want them, just shoo them away. So let's breathe in the nose and back out your nose. Inhale to fill your lungs and exhale to empty out. Simply breathing in and out. Inhale and exhale. Keep that breath going. Notice the effect of simply stopping and consciously breathing. Notice the beautiful sound of a sea of yogis breathing together. Perhaps you start to hear it almost like an ocean wave, that breath rising and falling. There's a beautiful, strong community of yogis here in Washington, D.C. And to be a part of that community simply means you show up and automatically you're in. It offers support to know that you can come to a yoga class and everyone there is there for the same reasons as you. And everybody's going to breathe together, no matter what size or shape or ability. It all comes back to this, simply breathing together. Continue this breath, but begin to set an intention for your practice this evening. This is a way to sort of set your North Star, your guide point for your practice for yourself. What is it that brought you to the mat? How do you want to feel? Maybe what do you want to let go of? And I'll tell you, my intention for this class, for you this evening, is connection. Connecting to that breath, connecting to your body, connecting to the emotions, the stored up stuff we all have inside. Maybe connecting to the person next to you. Bringing your hands to your heart, set your intention. We'll take 3 more breaths. And then blink your eyes open. Reach your arms up to the sky. Go ahead and look up at the beautiful chandeliers in here. And on an exhale, stretch over to the side. Breathing right here. Maybe look up a bit higher. Open your chest. Spark your fingers. And then use an inhale to rise up. On an exhale, stretch the other way. Your inhale brings you back up. And your exhale twists. One arm back, one across the front, gazing over your shoulder. Inhale back to the center, reaching tall. And exhale, twist the other way. Inhale to rise back to the middle, reach up. As you exhale, drop your fingers behind you, squeeze your shoulder blades, look up. Breathing right here. And then your inhale will bring you back up, reach tall. Exhale, fold forward, dropping your head, dropping your hands. Allow your shoulders to round. Everything can just hang loose. We'll take 3 more breaths here. Simply settling into the practice. This is the way I start almost every single class I teach. It's simply a chance to move your spine back and forth, side to side, twisting it out. On your inhale, come all the way back up. Reach tall. We'll do it a little faster. Exhale, stretch to the side. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, stretch to the side. Inhale, rising up. I see you chair yogis over there. Twist it out. All of this can be done from a chair. Inhale, back up. Exhale it out. Doesn't matter how big your movements. Inhale, rise. It's just simply moving and breathing. Drop it back. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Again, 3 breaths. Check in. Where are you holding tension and what could you let go of a little more? Wiggle your jaw, your eyebrows, your cheeks. And then again, an inhale will bring you back up. This time, come over onto all fours. Press your palms down into the mat. Knees are under your hips. Fingers spread wide. Inhale to look up. Exhale, rounding chin to chest. Inhale, look up. Drop the belly. Lift the hips. And exhale, round it out. These are called cat-cow stretches. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, round. Do 5 more of these with your breath. And you know what? Get a little crazy with it. If you want to wiggle side to side, do that. If you want to go forward and back, that's good. Just explore what's going on in your body. Maybe you've been sitting at your desk all day and haven't really wiggled. This is your chance. I find that closing my eyes helps me to go inward a little bit more. And then start to make your way back to a neutral, flat spine. Almost always throughout yoga practice, if you can pull your belly button in and up a little bit more, kind of engaging the middle of your body and the core, that's going to make you stronger and make the practice a little bit more fluid. So do that, zip up your belly button, and then take your right hand, reach it straight forward. Extend your left foot straight back behind you. Oops, sorry. And then on an exhale, touch elbow to knee, chin to chest. Good, inhale and extend everything back out. 2 more times, exhale, elbow to knee, chin to chest. Inhale and extend. Exhale. Inhale, reach. And then lower everything back down. Same thing, other side. Left hand goes forward, right foot presses back behind you. Touch that elbow to knee as you exhale and squeeze the air out. And then inflate and get big. Good, 2 more. Notice how smooth the movements become as you connect breath to movement. And release that down. Very nice. Bring your right hand to the middle of the mat, right underneath your heart. Take your left hand, reach it up to the sky. Twist. Look up as high up there as you can. And then as you exhale, you'll thread the needle, bringing your arm down, resting your cheek and your shoulder down to the mat. There's some variations you could take here. Maybe your right arm stretches up toward the top of your mat, or maybe it wraps around your lower back. Feel free to wiggle and fidget and find where this feels nice for your spine. Take 3 more breaths here. On your inhale, rise back up. Reach that hand up to the sky. And exhale, placing it back down to the mat. Other side, same idea. Bring your hand to the middle and then extend up to the sky. Exhale, wring out the air as you lay your cheek and shoulder down. This is intended as a shoulder stretch, so maybe you feel a lot of stretch there. But you know what? You might also feel a great lower back twist. Or maybe you feel your thighs or your hamstrings stretching out. Wherever you feel that stretch happening the most, imagine you're sending your breath to that spot. And as you breathe in, that's sending the breath and that energy to that spot. And as you exhale, it can soften and maybe release just a little more. Use your inhale to bring you back up. Take the hand up to the sky. Last big twist on that side, and then bring both hands to the mat. From here, tuck your toes under, send your hips high, find down dog. Beautiful. So down dog is just an upside down V. We want to work to get a nice straight line from the hands all the way up to the hips, and then from the hips down the back of your legs. If you're flexible, you might already have your heels touching down on the mat. If those hamstrings need a little more time to warm up, the heels might be up in the air. We're just going to slowly throughout class let things keep warming up and stretching and lengthening. On an inhale, come forward to a high plank as if you're about to do a push-up. And then exhale, slide your hips right back up to down dog. Good. Inhale, rock forward. There's that high plank. If your hands and feet are in the right spot for down dog, everything's in line. Now send your hips back, and that's right where they need to stay for down dog. Do 3 more. Inhaling forward to a high plank. Exhaling, hips back to down dog. You could lower your knees as you come forward, taking half of the work out of this, and slide it back. One more time. Bring it forward on an inhale. And press back to exhale. Beautiful. Lower your knees down to the mat. And then take your hips to your heels, finding child's pose. Your hips might not actually find your heels, but they're headed in that direction, right? So child's pose is your home base throughout the practice. You're always welcome to come back to this pose. It's a great place to start your morning with a few breaths, maybe before you charge out of your house to go attack the day. And you can always end your night here, refocusing, bringing everything back to the center, to where it matters. Take one more big breath all the way in. And exhale all the way out. On your inhale, rise to all fours. On your exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips high, find down dog. On your inhale, find high plank, shoulders over wrists, and then exhale your hips back to down dog. Your inhale, drop your knees, all fours, and your exhale, child's pose. So that is the flow we're going to string together with breath. We want to make the movements smooth and connected as much as possible. Here we go. Inhale to all fours. Exhale, down dog. Inhale to high plank. Feel those abs working. Exhale it back, down dog. Inhale, lowering your knees. Exhale, hips back, child's pose. Again, inhale all fours. Exhale, down dog. Inhale to high plank. Exhale it back, down dog. Inhale, knees to the ground. And exhale, hips to heels, child's pose. We're going to do that one more time on your own, moving with your breath. Go ahead. And if all of a sudden you're saying, oh my God, I haven't been paying attention, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, that's okay. Just breathe, move. We're just swaying back and forth. Warming the shoulder joints, warming the hips, feeling what's going on in your body today. Finding yourself back in child's pose. Inhale, nice big breath in, down to your lower back. Exhale, let it go. And then walk both hands all the way off the right edge of your mat. So we're getting a stretch in child's pose down the left side of your body. Breathe over into that stretch. Again, that idea of sending oxygen to the place where you feel the stretch happening the most. And then walk your hands through the middle all the way over to the left side, stretching down the right side of your body. Maybe you're discovering some tight places you didn't even know were tight. Come back into the middle. Press your palms down, send your hips high, find down dog once again. Then look forward. Walk your feet to the top of the mat as slow and easy as you can, nice and gentle. Bend your knees once you get to the top. Feet are going to be hips width apart. Hang loose. Grab opposite elbows, drop your head heavy, maybe sway side to side. This pose is called ragdoll. So imagine you're a ragdoll, right? No bones, no structure, just hanging. Give your head a little wiggle, yes and no, maybe your jaw side to side. And then this is one of my favorites, just play along. Breathe in your nose. Exhale, fluttering your lips out. Do it again. Breathe in. Flutter it out. One more time. Be ridiculous about it. Doesn't that feel nice? Drop your hands down. Tuck your chin to your chest. And as slow as you can, rise all the way up to standing. At the top, reach your hands as tall as they'll go. And then exhale, bringing thumbs to the heart. Take a big breath in your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Breathe in. And breathe it out. Beautiful. Inhale and reach up. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Pull it up and over for a side stretch. Stay here for one more breath. Make sure you're equally pressing into both feet. And then use an inhale to rise back up. Switch your grip, stretch the other direction. Your inhale brings you back up to the top, reaching tall through your fingers. Exhale, fold forward all the way down. Inhale, lifting halfway. Hands come to your shins, or if you're nice and flexible here, fingertips might be down on the mat. We want to straighten through the legs, straighten through the spine. Start to feel a nice lengthening stretch. Take one more breath here, get a little longer, and then exhale, fold and half relax. On your inhale, rise up, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Good. Again, inhale, reach up, grab your right wrist, take a stretch over to the side. Inhale and rise up. Exhale, stretch the other way. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, dive all the way down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, press your palms down. Step your right foot back as far as it'll go, and then lower your right knee to the mat. Bring both hands up to rest on your left knee. And sink your hips forward and down. Good, so here we are opening up through the hips, right? A nice big stretch. We sit in chairs all day long. This is helping you to break loose from that. You can stay here or take your hands up to the sky, looking up, lengthening all the way up the front of your body as your hips sink down a little closer to the ground. One more big breath in, and then exhale. Place your hands down on the ground, tuck your back toes, step back. Let's find high plank. Take a big inhale, and then exhale, press your hips up and back. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale. As you exhale, maybe those heels drop a little closer down to the mat. Looking forward, step or jump up to the top of your mat. Inhale, lifting halfway to a flat back. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, rise all the way up. Again, reaching those fingertips up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up, grab your right wrist, take a stretch over to the side. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, stretch the other way. Inhale and rise. Exhale to dive forward. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, press your hands down. Left foot steps as far back as it'll go. Lower that knee and bring your hands up. Again, either resting on the front knee or reaching for the sky. Breathe here. Notice the connection between breath and movement. Every inhale, a chance to lengthen. Every exhale, a chance to soften and let go. Last good breath in. And then as you exhale, press your palms down. Tuck your back toes to lift your knees. Step back to high plank and move your hips back to down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Looking forward, make your way back to the top of your mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale to fold in half. Inhale, rising up, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. All right, we'll do a couple more standard sun salutations, sun A's. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, dive forward all the way down. Inhale, flatten out your back. Exhale, press your palms down, step, or maybe even float your feet back, moving to a low push-up. Knees, chest, and chin can be down. And then inhale, dropping the hips, lift the shoulders, there's a back bend, and exhale your hips back, finding down dog. 3 breaths in this down dog. Knees can be down on the mat. You can also drop hips to heels and find a child's pose. It's about listening to your body and knowing what do you need today in this moment on your mat. Begin to look forward, bend your knees, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale to fold in half. Inhale to rise, reaching taller. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, dive forward. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale to up dog. Exhale it back to down dog. 3 breaths again. Maybe the back of your leg is getting a little warmer. The heels are dropping a bit. And then looking forward, step or float to the top of your mat. Halfway lift and fold in half. Rise all the way up, reaching to the sky. And exhale, hands come to your heart. Good. Let's keep moving. Big toes come together to touch. Heels get a little space. Sit down into chair pose. So this is my least favorite yoga pose, I think. Maybe you're all with me right now, right? See if you can drop into it and accept the fact that this is hard. This is stressful. This is causing your body perhaps to feel panic. But the beauty of yoga is that it teaches us that even in these not so great moments, we can be here breathing and be okay. Take one more breath in and then exhale, fold forward. You made it. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, press your hands down. Make your way all the way back to down dog. You're welcome to jump back or step back. You're welcome to take a chaturanga or not. We'll meet with our hips high in down dog. We breathe in the nose. Exhale it out. Take your right foot, reach it straight back behind you. So we're going to build a little heat, a little fire here. On an exhale, touch your knee to your nose. And then inhale and press it back. You could lower your knees and do this from hands and knees. On an exhale, cross it under. Touch your right knee to your left elbow. Maybe you've got a little arm balance you want to throw in there. And then send your leg up and back. Then take it over to the same side, right knee, right elbow. Maybe again, there's an arm balance option. And then send it back. And then last time, we're going to step that right foot in between your hands. Keep your back knee lifted. This time, rise up, high lunge. Reaching to the sky. Find some breath here. So if you're noticing there's a little wobble, take your feet wider. They don't need to be balancing in a straight line on a tightrope. They can be on separate train tracks if you think about it that way. One more breath, maybe look up, find a little stretch, and then exhale, press your palms down around your front foot, step back, make your way again to down dog. Here's where you can turn it up a notch or take it down a notch. And then let's do that all on the left side. Left foot reaches up and back. Exhale, bring knee to nose. Inhale, press it back. Exhale and cross it under, left knee resting on the right elbow, and then send it back. Take it over, left knee to left elbow, and press it back. And then bring that all the way through, stepping your foot in between your hands. Back knee is lifted, rise into a lunge. Breathe. You can lower your back knee down here and work from a nice, sturdy, grounded, kneeling position. You can straighten out your back leg even stronger, finding more stretch and maybe digging a little deeper, finding this nice 90-degree bend in your front knee. One more breath to look up and stretch, and then exhale, press palms down. Make your way back to down dog. Let's breathe together. In your nose, exhale out your mouth. In your nose, out your mouth. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale your right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, touch knee to nose. I like to toss a push-up in here for a little extra oomph, and then send it back. Cross it under, right knee to left elbow. Again, maybe you push up, maybe you don't. Send it back. And then right knee over to right elbow, and back. And then step it all the way up, in between your hands. Rise up, high lunge, familiar territory. We've got this. Now we're going to add a little spice to it. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, bring your thumbs to your heart and take a twist. Left arm crosses over the right thigh. The pressure of those palms pushing together will help you to find some more rotation. Maybe you're working thumbs into the middle of your chest at your sternum. If you want a more advanced option, you could open your arms, twisting even deeper, maybe even taking a half bind or full bind if your body's ready for it. Let's take one more breath wherever you are. And then unwind yourself. Come back up to that high lunge. Reach tall. You guys are strong, so we're going to go for it. Press off your back leg. Come up, find a warrior 3. This is a balancing pose. Hands could be at your heart or reaching behind you or reaching forward, wherever they feel great. Down to the ground, a beautiful option. One more breath here. And then step it back to your high lunge. Take an inhale to reach up and look up. Exhale, press your palms down. Make your way all the way back, finding down dog. Maybe you take a few breaths in a child's pose, letting things regroup. And then you know where we're going. We got to get the left side. So inhale your left leg up and back behind you. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to press your foot back. Exhale to cross it under, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, pressing back. Exhale all the way over to the left and back. And then all the way through, step it in between your hands. Rise tall, reach up. Breathe. Beautiful. You didn't know you were going to work so hard at the Kennedy Center tonight. On your inhale, look up and reach. Exhale, thumbs to your heart. Twist, crossing right arm over left thigh. The beauty of it is that connection to listening to your body. What do you need? Maybe it's more, maybe it's less, maybe you're right with me. Give this twist 3 more breaths. And then use an inhale to bring yourself back to the middle. Reach tall through your fingers. Exhale, taking your hands down to the mat. Find your way back to down dog. Arriving in down dog. Go ahead and lower your knees and find child's pose. Knees can be close together or wide out toward the edges of your mat. Drop in and find your breath again. Notice the contrast of all of that movement and effort and doing versus the stillness and the peace of just breathing. Yoga helps us find that balance. We tend, especially in DC, to be really good at doing and going and more and more and more. Notice how great it is to just stop and breathe. 3 more breaths here. In and out. Inhales and exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Pressing down into your hands, tuck your toes, send your hips high, find down dog again. And then looking forward, step or float your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale to a flat back, find all that length and space, and exhale, fold in half. And then inhale, rise up, reach to the ceiling. Exhale, draw thumbs to your heart. Beautiful. Let's do some balancing poses. Step onto your right foot. Take your left foot and cross it over, making a figure 4. Maybe this is enough. You stay right here. If you want to keep playing, start to bend into that standing leg. If you're feeling great and you want to keep going, maybe you stretch a little deeper. Maybe you drop your hands all the way down to the ground. Maybe you take flight in a little arm balance. You've got options. Let's give it 5 more breaths wherever you are. Falling out of this is highly recommended because that means you're going somewhere new, challenging a little bit, finding your edge. And you can always go back into it. Make your way out of it and place your right foot down to the ground. Good. Shake it off. Don't take it too seriously. Stepping onto your right foot. Is that what we did? Do the other side. Crossing your foot over the top. Start to find your stillness here. When you're ready, if you're wanting it, bend into it. Make sure you're still breathing wherever you go. If you don't hear your neighbor breathing, maybe give them a little elbow. Let them know that they should be breathing. And let's try 5 more breaths here. Making your way back out. Let it go. Shake it off. Good. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, dive all the way down. Bend your knees as much as you need to walk your hands all the way underneath the bottoms of your feet. This is called, in the English name for it, gorilla pose. You can kind of see why, right? And so now, to not take ourselves too seriously, you're going to stay in gorilla pose, folded forward for this big stretch, but walk yourself to the back of your mat. Maybe tip over, maybe bump into people. It's okay. It's just yoga. And then release your hands. Inhale, lifting halfway, flatten out. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to rise up, sweep your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. Beautiful. Now step your feet to the edges of your mat. Turn your toes out and your heels draw in. Bringing your hands to your heart, you'll slide down into Malasana squat. Press through all 10 toes. If you get down here and an old hip injury or knee injury or a new hip or knee injury are presenting themselves, change it. Don't stay there and make it terrible. We want you to want to come back to yoga. Take a few more breaths here. Maybe your elbows press your knees wider. Maybe your spine gets a little longer, shoulders moving away from your ears. And then from here, we go into another balance, this time on our hands, crow pose. You're going to place your hands down in front of you. Fingers are spread wide. Pop up onto your toes a little bit so that you can press your knees toward the backs of your arms, as close up toward your armpit as possible. palms are pressed flat down into the mat, and begin to rock the weight into your hands. Maybe that's enough. If you transfer all of that weight into your hands, maybe today's the day you lift up one foot. Maybe you lift up both. If those both feet are lifted, big toes can come together to touch, arms can straighten out. You could drop your head and go all the way up into a headstand if you're like Gregory. Play with it. Let's give it 5 more breaths. You can always back off and come back at it again. And then you'll bring your feet back down to the earth. And from here, plop right down onto your bottom. Legs out front. Reach up nice and tall. And exhale to fold forward over your legs. Just taking an easy forward fold stretch. Nothing too fancy. Let your head hang, your shoulders round. Reconnecting to the breath. Feel it flowing in and flowing out. Inhale and exhale. Good. Rise back up. Reach your arms straight forward in front of you and then lay all the way down onto your back. Hug both knees into your chest, giving everything a nice tight squeeze. And maybe rock a little side to side. Good. From here, we're going to take several back bends. So first one, bridge pose. Bring your feet down to the mat. Reach your fingers down until they can just touch your heels. Exhale all your air out. And then on an inhale, lift your hips up to the sky. Press your feet down into the mat here. Maybe scoot your shoulders a little closer underneath your body. Clasp your hands. Forearms can press down into the mat to lift your chest and open even farther. Breathing for 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down. Hug the knees in and up toward your chest again. Give a little rock side to side. Feel what's going on in your lower back. And then we have an option again. We'll go for another back bend. You can take that exact same bridge pose, or perhaps you bring your hands next to your ears and press yourself all the way up into a wheel pose. Playing with it, go wherever you would like to go into a back bend. Once you get there, take 5 breaths, and then when you're ready, come back down. Awesome variations all around out there. Once you're back down on the earth, hug your knees in toward your chest. Give it a little rock side to side. And then grab the backs of your thighs and take a few rocks forward and back up and down your spine. The carpet out there is pretty soft, so this shouldn't hurt. And as you're ready, rock yourself all the way up to seated. Cross your ankles, roll right over and press your palms down, and make your way all the way back to down dog. This could be just simply stepping back. This could be a chaturanga. This could be a child's pose, moving its way to a down dog. Meeting there, we breathe in the nose. Exhale out your mouth. Inhale, nice and big. Exhale, empty it out. Let's do some warriors. Step your right foot in between your hands. Rise to warrior 1. So your back heel is now spun down onto the mat. This is a chance to dig in and go deep in the legs, finding a 90-degree bend, or maybe you just back off and don't need to go that deep today. Try to keep both hips and shoulders pointing straight forward. Reach tall. On your inhale, look up, get a little taller. Exhale, clasp your hands at your low back. Inhale again, looking up, opening your chest. Exhale, folding forward. This is humble warrior, bowing down. Allow your hands to drop up and over your head. You could drop hands down to the mat. Maybe you're nice and deep into your hips and wringing out your shoulders, and you find your head actually touches the ground. It's possible, I promise. Use an inhale to rise back up. Reach to the sky. Open warrior two. Now your hips and your shoulders should be pointing over in that direction. Gaze forward, strong warrior gaze over your front hand. Imagine your arms are getting pulled in opposite directions, so they're active and strong. Nothing's going to push them down, right, when your annoying yoga teacher comes and pushes on them. But also, keep the stress out of it. So relax your shoulders down your back. Flip your right palm up to the sky, reach back, reverse your warrior. Keep reaching back that way, but straighten both legs. So now we're tons of straight lines reaching behind you. And then keep all of those straight lines, but rise back up. Reach out past your right toes, lower your right hand down, look up to your left hand, and you find yourself in triangle pose. Stay here. Notice that belly button. Can you zip it up in a little bit stronger? You can stay right here, or if you're looking for some power yoga and you want to go hard, float your hands forward this way like you're holding onto a big beach ball. Sam will demonstrate. And breathe for 3, 2, 1. Inhale to rise back up. Good. Turn both toes toward the long edge of your mat, so you're all going to be looking over toward the theaters. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Drop your hands, drop your head, relax. Yeah, that's where you get to know your neighbors really well. Make sure you're staggered. So this is a forward fold. Options here, you could drop your head and take a tripod headstand. You can keep your hands on the mat. You could bend a little right or left leg, finding your hips, getting a little more love. We'll give it 5 more breaths wherever you are. If your feet are up, bring them back down. Bring your hands to your hips, everybody. Rise up. All right, we're going to put them on the spotlight. They thought they were getting off easy. Turn and face the back. Look at all those people way back there. Hi, guys. Find warrior one on the left side. Reach your arms up to the sky. Sink into your left leg. Hips and shoulders point way back there. Breathe. Use an inhale to get a little taller. Exhale to clasp your hands at your low back. Inhale, looking up, pull your shoulders open. Exhale, humble warrior, folding from the hips. Drop your head. Allow the shoulders maybe to fall inside of your knee instead of resting on the knee. And then use your inhale to rise back up, reaching up to the sky again. Exhale to open to warrior two. Settling into warrior two, we're looking for a nice strong bend into the left leg. Both feet are pressing solidly down into your mat. Flip your left hand, reach back, reverse your warrior. Keep reaching this way, straighten both legs. Breathe into that space you're creating in your rib cage. On an inhale, rise up, everything's straight and strong. Reach your fingertips back. Drop the left hand down, look up to the right hand. Triangle pose. Still breathing here. If you want to bump it up again, reach those hands toward the other stage, way down at the end, and breathe for 3, 2, 1. Inhale to rise up. Turn both toes again to the long edge of your mat. This time, clasp your hands at your lower back. Inhale to look up, open your chest. Exhale to fold forward. Dropping your head, allow your hands to fall up and over. Wring out your shoulders. Breathe into the place where you feel the stretch happening the most. Release your hands down to the mat. Take your right hand, walk it over toward your left foot. Maybe you find your foot or your ankle or shin or knee, and then take your left hand up toward the ceiling, twisting your spine. Bring your hands back down and then switch sides. Maybe you look all the way up this way toward the stage, maybe up to the ceiling for that twist. And then release both hands back down. Take a little bend in your knees, tuck your chin to your chest, rise up to standing. Turn and look to the front of your mat, step up to the top. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, draw your hands to your heart. Close your eyes and simply check in again. Notice what's happening in your body. Where do you feel the breath flowing in and out? Has it changed from 40 minutes ago? And then again, blink your eyes open. We'll do some more balancing. Step onto your right foot. Draw your left knee up toward your chest. Open that knee wide out to the side. Find your foot. Find tree pose at the thigh, the calf, or the ankle. Palms pressed together at your heart. And here's where you can let your creativity go wild. Arms can go up to the sky. You could sway like a tree in the breeze. You could twist. You could stay right where you are. And my favorite, in any pose, you can always close your eyes for a little more challenge. Take 3 more breaths, all the way in, all the way out. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in. And then exhale. Let everything go. Shake that off. Set up your tree on the other side. Step onto your right foot. Left foot? I don't know what's going on. Hug your knee up. Open it out to the side. Plant that into your tree pose. Press the palms together. And as you're ready, play with your variation. Three more breaths here. Make sure you're still breathing. It all comes back to that. And then let it all go. Come on down to the earth. Shake it off a bit. Standing at the top of your mat. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold forward, dive all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, make your way back to down dog. Moving with breath and control and ease wherever you can find it. Lift your right leg up toward the sky as high as you can get it. Bend your right knee, and you can stay right here enjoying this 3-legged dog stretch. Or maybe you take some circles with your right knee, really opening the hip joint. Or maybe if you don't step on your neighbor, you flip yourself over, finding one more back bend here. We'll breathe wherever you are for 3, 2, and then 1. Make your way back. Step your right foot all the way to the top of the mat. We're going to take a half pigeon. This is a huge stretch into your hips. So you want to bring your shin parallel across the front edge of your mat. Walk your hands back to your hips, and then you'll fold forward. If this is the worst thing you've ever experienced, or you have no interest in staying in this pose, come onto your back. You'll cross your right foot over the top of your left knee, and then reach through and pull your left thigh in toward your chest. This is giving the same stretch with a little more control over that intensity. 5 more breaths wherever you are. walk your hands under your shoulders if you're on your belly. Make your way back to down dog. If you're on your back, just simply switch sides. If you're finding your, oh, actually, everybody, make your way to down dog. We don't want you to miss out on those good hip circles. Yeah. All right, left leg goes up to the sky as high as you can get it, and then bend your left knee. Again, option to stay here. Draw some circles in the air with your knee, or flip your dog all the way over. 3 more big breaths here. And then bring yourself back around. Here we go again to half pigeon on the left side, or make your way onto your back. The more, if you're staying in half pigeon, the more you bring your ankle forward, the deeper the stretch is going to be. If you flex your foot, that offers the knee a little bit of stability if you're feeling any sensitivity in the knee. You can go all the way down, or you could bring yourself up and rest on your forearms or your fingertips. You get to control the intensity. Let's give this 3 more breaths. And then again, moving slowly, make your way all the way back to down dog. We'll meet in down dog. One last time. Simply breathing, noticing if anything has changed. Maybe there's a little more opening through the chest, or a little more length down the back of your legs. Maybe there's just a little more ease here. Or maybe you're saying, my arms are tired and I would like to get out of this pose. It's okay, it's your practice. Just notice whatever it is you are feeling. Now look forward, step or float all the way through onto your seat. Reach your arms long out in front of you and lay all the way down onto your back. We're going to take a moment and get upside down. Yogi's choice, what that looks like for you in your practice. I'm going to talk to you about shoulder stand. If you have a headstand or a forearm stand or any other kind of inversion that you love, now is your time. If you're sticking with me for shoulder stand, take your feet straight up to the ceiling. And this is an option to stay put right here. This is an inversion. We've got legs up in the air, all of that blood coming down to your heart and your brain. If you'd like to take it a little farther, drop your toes up and over your head toward plow pose, and then bring your hands to your lower back. Once the hands are on your lower back, then the legs can straighten up toward the ceiling, finding a shoulder stand. Keep your gaze up toward the ceiling and shoulder stand. We want to be gentle with the neck. If you feel anything that hurts and doesn't feel like it should, then come out of it. Whatever type of inversion you're in, squeeze your legs together. Thighs squeezing tight into the middle will help solidify the whole balance. We've got a beautiful sea of legs up in the air, some headstands, some shoulder stands, lots of options out there. Let's take 5 more breaths wherever you are. Maybe that means coming out of it and then revisiting or changing, or maybe you simply enjoy some stillness right there. If you're in a headstand or something and that side of your body, bring yourself back down to the ground. Find your way all the way back onto your back. If you stayed with me in shoulder stand, hug your knees in toward your chest. And on your back, we're going to rock it out side to side. All of us meeting eventually on your back, knees hugged in. Find a little rock, loosen up and let go of any tightness or tension that may have snuck in. and then finding stillness again. Hug your knees nice and tight. On an exhale, drop both knees over to the right and open your arms out. Look over toward your left hand. Maybe you need to bend the elbows if you're poking someone in the face. Just be aware of that connection to your neighbor. 3 more breaths here. And then use an inhale to hug your knees back in and up toward your chest. And exhale to drop them to the other side. Open the arms, gaze over toward your hand. And breathe. Use an inhale to come back into the middle, hugging your knees in toward your chest. Then reach through your legs, grabbing the arch of both feet, and find a happy baby pose. Knees toward your armpits, bottoms of the feet up toward the sky. You can rock it out side to side, feeling that nice back massage. Maybe it feels good to straighten one leg or straighten the other, or straighten both. From here, take any other movement or pose or wiggle or stretch that your body is telling you at once, and then find your way to Shavasana. Shavasana is our last pose. Simply stillness, laying on your back. Feet flopped open, palms face up to the sky. This is quite possibly the hardest pose in the entire practice. Be here. Stay connected to the moment, to the energy in the room, to the people around you, to what's going on in your body. And then begin to deepen your breath. Bring a little movement back to your fingers and your toes. Allow your head to rock from side to side. On your inhale, stretch your arms up over your head, and as you exhale, turn onto your right side, drawing your knees in and resting your head. Take this last moment of your yoga practice this evening and simply notice, how are you? Mind, body, spirit. Tell yourself thank you for taking this time. Thank yourself for nurturing mind, body, and spirit through this practice. And as you're ready, rise back up to seated. With your eyes closed, bring your hands to your heart. And we'll close together with 3 breaths. We inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. Bowing forward, we recognize all of the power and all of the peace in ourselves and everyone around us. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you, yogis, for a beautiful practice this evening. It is truly a pleasure to be here and teach you, and I hope that you learned something new, tried something new, or maybe reconnected to something. Oh yeah, yoga is great. Doesn't it feel good, right? So we're going to actually have Heather come on up. Heather is the founder of an amazing organization here in DC called With Love DC. She's going to tell you a little bit about it, and we're going to draw a lucky winner for a yoga mat or a 5-class pack. If anyone has their little slip of paper and didn't make it into the bag, quick, run up and put it in the bag. All right, and Heather, we've got a little microphone for you.
Hey guys, thank you Jess for inviting us to share this practice. I love what Jess was saying at the beginning about community really just, means you show up and be part of things, and I think Yoga Heights loves to encourage people to go out and really be part of the community, and with Love DC also just loves to offer opportunities for people to come together and enjoy their yoga community as well. That being said, we have a bunch of opportunities to practice yoga for free all around the city, so you can check us out at withlovedc.com. We hope to practice with you sometime soon. And that being said, we'll draw a lucky winner.
So we'll draw the winner first for our yoga mat.
And the lucky winner is Katie Drum. Yeah, Katie!
Yay! And the lucky winner of 5 free classes, a 5-class pack at Yoga Heights, is
Corey Carter. Yay, Corey!
Are you here, Corey? All right, so Corey, just make sure you talk to me before you leave. And thank you again, everybody, for coming out. Turn to the people around you, say hello, learn their names. We all are looking for that connection, and have an awesome night. Thank you.